Namaskar. A very warm welcome to Vyakti and Mulakhati. Friends, artificial intelligence is no longer a concept limited to research laboratories or technology companies. It has rapidly become a part of our everyday lives, and it is changing the way we work, learn, communicate, create, and even think about the future. But beyond all the excitement surrounding AI, there are some fascinating questions. Like, how deeply will AI transform our everyday lives? Will it replace jobs or create entirely new opportunities? What skills the next generation need? And as AI becomes increasingly powerful, what will remain uniquely human? To explore all these questions and much more, we have with us someone who has experienced the rapidly evolving technology landscape from close quarters. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Hrishikesh Paranjape, who is currently working in Meta. Hrishikesh, sir, welcome to Vyakti and Mulakhati. It is wonderful to have you with us, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to this conversation as well.
Yeah. So, sir, starting, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start. Let me begin with the question that directly connect with every one of us. Artificial intelligence is transforming almost every industry. So in your opinion, what will be the single biggest shift AI brings to our daily lives over the next 5 years?
Single biggest shift. Um, I think AI has already started transforming our lives, at least at workplace. Um, Little bit less so in personal lives, the way we communicate, but at least at work, uh, everything we do, most of our tasks are assisted by AI, either assisted by AI or uh, these days completely performed by AI. I see this trend uh, growing over next 5 years, and I see this trend growing more uh, in our professional life. A little bit less so in personal life, but even in personal life, I see uh, that a lot of our online tasks, such as search, um, viewing videos, or searching for things online will be assisted by AI, in my opinion, over the next 5 years. I feel like uh, AI right now is what Google search was in 2001. It was very new. Everybody had started using it. Everybody thought it was cool, but it became a common language verb by 2006 in approximately just 5 years. So I
Yes.
feel uh, we are in that phase right now. Um, However, like I mentioned, I think the change it will bring in professional life will be much more severe compared to the change it will bring in our personal interface with technology.
Yeah,
One
that
example
is.
I want to explore is just uh, maybe 10 months ago,
Mhm.
just from my own anecdotal experience. I am a software engineer, uh, and I was still writing code by hand about maybe 10 months ago. But this AI push started around the beginning of this year in January or so. And
Yeah.
by February, all of my work was done with assistance of AI. Fast forward 6 months to today, um, I'm using AI less of an assistant, more of uh, automation, meaning that AI, when I go to sleep, my AI at work still continues to work, still continues to perform analysis, complete the tasks that I leave at the end of the day, end of previous day. Um, so that shift has happened very, very fast at work. Similar shift has not happened yet on my personal life. I still use Google. I use Google search. I use AI mode a little bit, but generally speaking, if I want to find something, I go to Google. If I want to find a place, I go to Google Maps. I still use Instagram just like I used to 1 year ago. Same thing with many other apps. So uh, I think automation is going to be almost on steroids in 5 years. It will be unrecognizable, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is so fascinating. And as AI becomes increasingly integrated into our everyday lives, do you think there will come a time when we stop thinking of AI as a separate technology and simply regard it as a natural part of everyday life?
Can you elaborate on that question a bit more? There are so many aspects of this question. I want to make sure we dive deeper into uh, aspects you intend.
Yeah, so basically AI has become a part of our life. So would it there that only AI would be as a treat as a separate technology, or would it be as a complete part of our everyday life?
Yeah, I think it will be the latter. It has already started being that way. For example, uh, everyday tasks like Google search. I already mentioned that
Yeah.
it's all Google searches are AI assisted. There is AI mode within Google search, and I don't have to scroll down a lot to find the answers I want. Another example is booking of a flight. Yeah,
Hmm.
these days I can just tell Claude or uh,
Chat GPT
ChatGPT
or Gemini. Yeah.
book. Yeah, I want to go from Pune to Bangalore. Book my flight. These are the dates, and
Yes.
uh, it already has almost all the information it needs. And it just goes ahead and one shot uh, book the flight for you, and it gives you a notification saying, "Hey, your flight is booked."
Hmm.
Um, so it is, I think, the latter, meaning that it will become very integrated with our day-to-day life. Another example I can think of is, again, which is already happening. Um, uh, Teslas are probably available now in India, and Tesla has something called autopilot. All you have to do is you just put destination in your car's display and say start autopilot. You don't have to touch steering, no brake, no clutch, no accelerator. You can actually sleep in your car while the car drives by itself. And the technology powering that self-drive feature is is uh, pretty much a clone of how ChatGPT works. It's very LLM based, and that is one more example of AI becoming just integrated part of our lives rather than us utilizing AI as a tool.
Yes. Absolutely. So, generative AI is becoming the mainstream at an extraordinary pace, and young people today are preparing for careers in environment that is very different from the one we knew a few years ago. So, what skills should today's students and IT professionals focus on to remain relevant and successful in the future?
That's a that's an interesting question. Uh, I think the fundamentals kind of remain the same.
Yeah.
Um, for example, even when AI helps you with tasks, even when AI is integrated within your work and does tasks on your behalf. A lot of times, uh, and actually most of the times, you still have to review its work. And if you do not have fundamentals correct, you will
Yes.
not be capable of reviewing the work it does for you. So I think you still have to have fundamentals correct. So um, uh, for students, yes, AI
Hmm.
is quite fearsome, meaning that
Yeah.
it people have this fear of AI is coming for their jobs and there will be a lot less job opportunities in future. Um, but I don't think that is going to happen. I think the jobs are probably just going to transform, and that means uh, you still have to have fundamentals right if
Yes.
you want to work well with AI. Um, One example of this is AI or generative AI still hallucinates a lot. Um, at uh, at a core level,
Huh.
uh, generative AI is a predictive model. It predicts what a next token or what next word is, uh, and predictions intrinsically have some faults. Um,
Yes.
and they can be wrong, and they are wrong many times. I won't say often, but a lot of times they are wrong. So I don't see a world where we can blindly trust AI for all tasks. And
Uh-huh.
most of the work the generative AI generates needs to be reviewed by human. We call it human in loop type of agent. So there are agentic automations, and a lot of times there is human in loop. Um, And for a human to be in loop, a human has to have fundamental understanding of what AI is doing. You may not need to do a lot of boilerplate coding anymore. So you may not need to have a lot of coding expertise, um, but you still want to have uh, fundamentals. It doesn't have to be just computer science or software engineering, but in any field, physics, chemistry, biology, whatever field you choose, you still, that education you are taking is still very, very important because the fundamentals you learn as a part of your education are there for life, and um, and those are going to be very, very useful in reviewing the work of AI uh,
Yeah.
that will assist you in future.
Yeah, absolutely correct. You said that fundamentals are the important part that we should be having those. So AI is becoming more capable every day, but greater capability also bring greater responsibility. As AI systems become increasingly autonomous, organizations have to think not only about what AI can do, but also what it should do. So, how can organizations strike the right balance between rapid innovation and responsible ethical AI development?
Yeah, I think this is trending quite a bit, this specific topic. Uh, there have been a couple of instances, both at these AI labs. One is Anthropic, second is OpenAI. OpenAI makes ChatGPT, Anthropic makes Claude, and they had their AI escape their environment, and the AI accidentally attacked some outside systems, and they were able to hack into those systems, and they had to debug, roll back a lot of things uh, to make sure that they understand what's going on and make sure it doesn't happen again. So this specific topic has become a trending uh, topic of conversation, especially in the software world. Um, so I think the answer to this is culture. I think
Yeah.
leaders in organizations,
Hmm.
they have to be hyper cognizant about uh, the uh,
Work balance, yeah, or
in
the
insane capabilities of
yes.
AI and the harm it can cause. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of proactive steps you can do uh, uh, to protect, to limit the reach of your AI systems you're building. Uh, AI systems, they can build some guardrails within their systems that teach their AI systems to not do a certain things. Um, An example of this is
Mm.
it's often seen in Instagram or other social media apps like Twitter. Um, we use AI quite a bit to
Yeah.
recommend content to people, and a lot
Yes.
of times uh, AI can get this recommended content wrong, and that
Yeah.
content can itself be a very harmful to people viewing that content. So, for in this example, there are other AI systems that
Mm.
sort of detect this harmful content uh, that one AI system recommends. So, those sort of guardrails need to be considered and need to be part of the culture of any organization uh, if they really want to protect their users and everybody else from the harm of rogue AI, if you will.
Yeah. That's so correct. Now, here is a question that I'm sure many of our viewers are thinking about. Whenever we talk about AI, one concern comes up again and again, the fear that machines will replace human jobs. So, do you believe AI is ultimately more of a threat or an opportunity for the workforce, and why?
I think it's the latter. Uh, it's a massive opportunity for the workforce. Uh, there are two angles to this. I can actually explore both angles. First one is just a historical trend line of automation. It has always created more opportunities, not less. Example, you can start with calculator. It's
Yes.
sort of made the abacus uh,
Hmm.
obsolete. Then you can think of a mobile phone. Mobile phone means you can use a computer less. The mobile phone can do most things that computers like 20 years ago used to do.
Yeah.
There are lots of examples like that. Uh, there's CNC machines. CNC machines help manufacturing sector to manufacture steel goods in a more precise way, faster.
Hmm.
And that did not necessarily limit the number of opportunities. It just made uh, the job of uh, producing things a little bit easier. And I think we are in the similar era with AI. With AI, the first place AI has had impact is software. Uh, I think that is the case because unlike human languages,
Hmm.
programming languages are more rigid.
Yes.
They follow a very specific set of rules, and
Right.
every programming language has syntax, and that rigidness actually helped AI systems,
Hmm.
helped the LLMs, generative AI, to be better at coding. You can find uh, human AI like ChatGPT or Gemini. It's not as good with human
Yeah.
languages. It's still very, very good, but it's not
Hmm.
as good as coding models are. Uh, and um, what this has allowed is the cost of writing code has gone down significantly, meaning that
Yes.
uh, this may be
Yeah.
exaggeration right now. What 10 software engineers used to do or 10 coders used to do 1 year ago, one
Hmm.
coder can do the same thing. Uh, uh, right now, I think the ratio is close to 1.5, meaning that I can do job of 1.5 engineers right now, but I can see 5 years down the line, I can do the job of 10 engineers. Uh,
Yes.
what that has allowed is um, intense competition in
Hmm.
the tech industry. For example, companies like Salesforce, SaaS companies, Slack,
Hmm.
uh, SAP, etc.
Yeah.
Uh, they uh, uh, are easy to compete with. They have become easy to compete with. because a small team of engineers or a small team uh, of people can compete effectively with a large team of people. Because at a certain point, every product saturates,
Hmm.
and you can do less and less things with it. But if you have AI that makes the cost of writing code very, very cheap, you can get to that saturation point much, much faster with less team. So there are a lot of competitions rising up in that world where software is your only value proposition. If your value proposition is something else, like for example, LinkedIn, it has like network effect. Same with
Hmm.
Facebook. It's really hard to break into those network effects. For same with Apple. Apple has a big ecosystem of devices and operating systems. Um, so without the network effect, pure software plays have been easier to compete with, and that is that's the second angle. That's the opportunity that new generation has. With these AI tools, they can do a lot more. Uh, I would also say that drop after college, a lot of
Hmm.
uh, people go find a job in industry. Instead, they can actually directly start something of their own, and they can actually compete with big players, big names, whatever company they want. Um, and that competition has become much easier with uh, the new tools that are coming up.
Yeah. So for young professionals, like it would be an opportunity. The AI would be then opportunity rather than a threat. So
Yes.
let's, yeah. So let's bring this conversation closer to the technology industry. Role of a software engineer today already looks very different from what it did just a few years ago. How is AI changing the role of software engineers and technology professionals compared with the past?
Yes, I touched upon this a little bit. It has
Yeah.
changed quite a bit in last, let's say, 1 year. Uh, the amount of work, it has only grown um for software engineers to do, in my opinion, because they can do a lot and there is a lot of work to do. Um so first of all, the productivity has increased quite
Yes.
a bit. So for some people, it's 10x. For
Hmm.
some people, is 1.5x. And for some people, it might be a little bit less. But almost everyone I know is more productive than they were before uh, Claude or coding agents arrived. For example, last year, everybody was still writing their own code. This year, not so much. So one fundamental way uh, the job has changed is how we get things done. Back in the day, maybe 1, 2 years ago, if we are stuck at uh, some coding task, we would actually
Hmm.
go to Stack Overflow and try to find solutions there. But uh, these days we don't need to go to Stack Overflow. We just ask AI, hey, this is the error,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the problems. Can you
Hmm.
solve those? And AI then suggests like 2, 3 ways to solve those problems. And it
Yes.
also recommends, and then I select what I want to do. Um, so task that took 1 day before, it takes 1 hour. Uh, what has not changed still is the amount of planning we need to do to get a certain big project done. If,
Hmm.
if project size is big, usually the planning needed for a big size project is bigger. AI does help with that planning, but there is still a lot of human verification required in that
Yeah.
planning. So I think the productivity gain there is a little bit less than productivity gain in coding.
Hmm.
Uh, but in either of those tasks, either of those things, uh, we are way more productive than we were.
Yes. Yes, you said correctly that the speed might be different, but yeah, definitely AI is helping us for the extra productivity. Yes. So AI may
Also,
be.
one thing,
Mhm.
sorry, one thing I
Yeah.
want to note is also that the different roles are merging.
Huh.
So, yes, I'm in the software industry. My title is software engineer, but I do work with a lot of cross-functional people. For example, a product manager, a
Huh.
product designer. Product manager is someone who creates a document of, hey, this is the business need, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
Then there is usually a designer who draws wireframes of what UI should look like. Um, there are a few other functions, like QA as well, who
Yeah. Testing side.
usually
Yes.
does a testing side. Then there is deployment side, person who does the deployment of your software onto their infrastructure. Um, what I'm noticing is a lot of jobs emerging,
Hmm.
meaning that a lot of times I don't need a product manager's help anymore. I do not need help from data scientists anymore. Data scientists are really the SQL experts who understand how to interpret the data well, but AI does a really good job of doing that. So a lot of roles are merging, meaning that the boundaries between roles are becoming very, very faint. So
Yeah.
where I see this going is, I think there is going to be just one generalist role, not necessarily software engineer anymore, but uh, something like software generalist who does all things by
By
themselves.
their own. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, design.
Hmm.
You do design, you do everything. That's how it's going to come down to. Also, on the direction side, I'm seeing more and more people, even engineers, non-engineers, uh, uh, direct themselves. They direct their own work. They don't need much input on what to do.
Hmm.
So I see the layers in company shrinking. For example, I have a manager. My manager has a manager, and ultimately there is Mark Zuckerberg. So
Yeah.
see the number of layers between uh, high levels of management and low levels of individual contributors reducing quite a bit just because people can self-direct a lot.
Yeah. That's correct. So AI may be dominating today's technology conversation, but innovation certainly does not stop with AI. There are several emerging technologies developing rapidly around the world. Apart from AI, which emerging technology do you believe could have the greatest impact on the future of IT industry?
On the future of IT industry, I think quantum computing is something I've been hearing about for a long, long time.
Hmm.
And there have been breakthroughs in quantum computing for last uh, many years.
Yeah.
Almost every year, I feel like I hear some news from quantum computing world. And I think at some point, quantum computing will yield results that will that may change how we program altogether, because there's a major paradigm shift in how quantum computers work versus how classical computers work. So if quantum computers, I say if because I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, because there's some obvious constraints to quantum computing. But if quantum computing becomes more general purpose, I think
Hmm.
that would be very, very disruptive to
Yeah.
the technology world. Secondly, there is AI requires a lot of energy, requires a lot of GPUs because GPUs are very good at multiplying metrics, matrices. Um, and GPUs need a lot of electricity. And there is actually a lot of innovation happening within uh, the electric uh, grid. There are uh, several angles of this. One is, of course, solar.
Hmm.
Solar
Yes.
panels are improving pretty much every year. The nuclear energy, there are more uh, ways of uh, creating nuclear reactors, I guess. So there is a lot of innovation happening in uh, that data center and uh, electric demand world. Uh, uh, Energy solutions, you can call it.
Yeah. Correct.
So I see that as having a big impact on how we do our work. And I feel like it's going to be quite widespread because energy solutions, all industries require some form of energy. Um, I see, trains, changing the way they operate. But that seems like a little bit far in the future, not 5 years time horizon, maybe 15, 10. So there are a lot of things, even outside of AI, that are uh, changing quite rapidly.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Greater technological power also comes a greater digital risk. So, cybersecurity threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, and AI itself is changing the nature of those threats. So, how can organizations use AI to strengthen the cybersecurity while also minimizing the new risk that AI can introduce?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. There is a lot of chatter happening about this as well.
Yeah.
Um, AI, uh, malicious hackers and
Hmm.
white hat hackers. They
Yes.
they now have power of AI to attack the systems that they used to using the traditional methods. At the same time, the organizations have AI to
Hmm.
defend the systems,
Yes.
defend themselves from uh,
Attackers. Yeah.
threats like hacking,
Threats.
cyber attack, etc. Um, so this has always been the case uh, that uh, organizations have to prepare for the next wave of uh, cyber uh,
Yeah.
hacking technologies. And cyber hackers also have to stay ahead of these organizations. I think this is a very classic case of how banks used to be.
Hmm.
Banks used to have very old school protocols of preventing robberies. Now with digital world, what happened was nobody needs to go to the bank to get the money
Hmm.
out. All the
Yeah.
money is just virtual. It's not even real. It's just a number on your website of your bank account. So it became harder for robbers to rob
Hmm.
banks basically because of technology, new security system, new scanners, cameras, whatnot. Um, so now the hackers themselves, they move to the online world. They try
Digital
to
hackers. Yeah.
yeah they try to rob banks in an online fashion these days. So it has always been a game of cat and mouse in between um, cyber security companies and cyber hackers who want to attack various software systems. Uh, how companies can prepare, uh,
Hmm.
I uh, don't exactly know. I'm not, it's not really my domain of expertise, cybersecurity, but I would imagine they have a lot of tools at their disposal, especially the cybersecurity uh, uh, companies. Uh, for example, one example I can think of is Symantec. It's quite old company now, but new companies are uh, oh, I forgot the names. But what I'm trying to say is use the available tools, uh,
Hmm.
which are generally state of the art against uh, all known attacks on their systems. Uh, so I think, yeah, that's what I would recommend. Again, it's not uh, my subject matter expertise, so I will leave it at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
So we have spoken quite a bit about what AI can make possible. But every major technological revolution also brings challenges that we need to confront. So, large technological companies are investing heavily in AI research and development. So, from your perspective, what are the biggest technical and societal challenges that technology industry still needs to solve?
Uh, this arms race of AI has caused severe demand for the AI infrastructure, things such as GPU, memory, um, and these companies are trying to get as many of these resources they can. This is putting uh, a lot of stress on data centers. So what they're doing is buying GPUs, memories, and putting those in data centers in the racks. Um, and these things need a lot of energy,
Mm,
first of all, to operate, and uh, it also causes uh, the heating problem. They need to uh, somehow keep the whole data center cool. And in order to do that, what the problem they're causing right now is it's causing pollution around the data centers, around the towns and cities, and just environment around the data centers. First of all, it's extracting a lot of energy from the grid
mm,
around
yeah,
those environment. Secondly, is polluting those environments. So that's actually a big challenge for everyone involved, including these companies, because uh, governments do not want to let these companies pollute uh, uh, the environment the way, uh, however they want. They want to limit these companies. At the same time, these companies want to put more and more resources into their data centers. They want to build more data centers. And that has kind of created a conflict between what's good for the public overall and what's good for the technology. Because technology, the way uh, the current technologies work, especially within generative AI, is that they're very energy intensive. They become more intelligent as you put more GPUs on them. This is actually one of the scaling laws of LLMs. Um, more GPU means more sensible or accurate the output of an
yeah,
LLM, which is why we are in this problem in the first place. So they are trying to solve these problems by things such as data centers in space, data centers underneath the ocean, things like uh, these innovative solutions like that. So I think the impact on the physical world is one of the biggest challenges that these companies are facing, in my opinion.
yeah. Correct. So, as we are moving towards concluding this session, so there are countless young engineers and technology professionals who dream of building careers at global technology companies such as Meta. So, if you could give one piece of advice to a young engineer who aspires to work at a company like Meta, what would you want them to know?
I think the biggest signal the big companies like Meta look for is the problem solving skills. Problem solving skills are uh, uh, quite generic. They apply to all roles. It can be software engineers, it can be product manager, designers. Uh, Normally, that's what we do in our day-to-day work. uh, we try to solve problems to deliver value to
Hmm.
pretty much the entire world. It's more than 3 billion people at this point, um, that are users of Meta products. Uh, so practice the skill of problem solving. There are lots of resources online that allow you to practice the problem solving skills. I wouldn't go into specifics of algorithms and whatnot because each discipline has their own uh, way of preparing for solving problems during interviews and uh, when they want to build their careers in the big tech. Um, so I would say problem solving is number one. Secondly is we uh, look at the behaviors, and
Hmm.
we as in not just my company, but
Yeah.
general
The
big tech.
global
Uh,
technology. Yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
the companies. Yeah.
yeah, general big tech, or these days even the startups, they look at the behaviors. They want to look at things like uh, how is your attitude like? Are you someone who wants to constantly improve
Hmm.
upon their behaviors of yesterday, who challenges themselves every day? How do you learn? How quickly do you learn? Are you curious? So along with problem solving, I think you still have to build these behavioral signals of constant learning, being open, being curious, uh, and uh, you have to have a way to demonstrate that. So I think that is something that's very, very useful, not just in job search, but in just real life in general.
True. Very true. So, looking back at your own journey, is there anything you wish you had understood or done differently when you were at the beginning of your career?
Yes, I think the biggest one is when I started my career, the software world was very, very different.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
and my wish is that uh, spend less time on analysis and more time on doing things. In early in my career, I would analyze a lot of the impact of the work I'm going to do. Um, And after analysis, I would actually perform that work, and that analysis was quite paralyzing. I call it analysis paralysis. Um, what I learned over the years is just demo wins arguments. So if you have certain idea in mind, if you have a task in mind, just try out the first solution that comes to your mind, and while implementing that solution, just instinct solution, you will learn a lot about the problem itself. And
Hmm.
uh, while implementing that, you will actually think of new ways, and that will actually help the analysis as well. Uh, so I think lesson here is in my specific case of software engineering, code wins arguments rather than just arguing just a code and it will win the argument for you. Or if you want to apply to that's the same principle to other disciplines, I would say demo wins arguments.
Yeah. So, and now for our final question, I would like to take you well beyond the present. So, let's imagine if we are sitting here again in the year 2035 and AI has evolved dramatically and intelligent systems are deeply integrated into almost every aspect of our lives. So, looking ahead to 2035, how do you envision the relationship between the humans and AI? What excites you the most about the future and what concerns you the most?
Uh, what excites me most is I think the prospect of robots
Hmm.
becoming ubiquitous, meaning everywhere. A refrigerator, a washing machine, these things change our life. I think robotics, 2035, roughly 10 years from now, I think we're going to begin to do more common things using robots. Tell robots to do a lot of things for us.
Yeah.
Um, that prospect is very exciting to me. It
Hmm.
reduces the amount of work I have to do, so I can focus on things that I really, really want to do. Uh, what scares me the most is ironically the same thing. The robots uh, become sentient. It's actually the plot of Terminator movie, and people have been saying it's unrealistic for a long, long time, and it's not looking that unrealistic to me anymore. Um, and those are the two things that come to mind. The first, at the same time, I think what excites me as well is the technological advancements enabled by AI will bring abundance
Hmm.
in many, many industries. Meaning it will be cheaper to do a lot of things, cheaper to build roads, cheaper to build houses. I can envision robots building houses. So building houses becomes cheaper. So more people will be able to live in better, bigger houses. So general quality of life improvement for everyone uh, at cheaper cost. So, and Elon Musk recently said that money would not matter at all, meaning that
Yeah.
uh, everything will be just free. Um and that is exciting in one way because less people will be unhappy. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is a wonderful perspective to end on. So, Rishikesh, sir, this has been an incredible, insightful conversation. We have explored how AI could transform our everyday lives, the skills that will matter in the future, the changing role of technology professionals, the opportunities, challenges surrounding AI, cybersecurity, responsible innovation, and ultimately the future relationship between humans and intelligent machines. What I particularly appreciate about this conversation is that it reminds us the future of technology is not only about building more powerful systems, but it is also about understanding how wisely and responsibly we choose to use them. So, thank you so much for taking time to be with us today and for sharing your knowledge, experience, and perspective with our viewers. It is truly been our pleasure to have you on Vyakti and Mulakhati. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.